I'm just going to show you how I take panels off, and I'm not an expert. I've only done it to one other car. Now somewhere in here there's welds. So I'm just going to use this new disc that I'm just trying out for taking off paint. That wheel works great. I'm just going to do a close-up on here. You can see the welds. So I'm going to only go to here, so I'm going to take these welds. But I'm going to go down. I got to take this off. So right here is this panel, but down here is the inner trunk support, or whatever you call it. Okay, when you cut, I don't want to cut that brace. I mean, I could, but I think I said in another video that brace is bent. So I'm gonna need to fix that anywhere, and that's right about here. Now I got a good brace there, so that'll help me. You can see down in there it's bent. So I'm just contemplating here. I know what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to cut all the welds out, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll peel it back. Again, all I care about is that I don't screw it up over there. So if you're going to cut here, for instance, you want to make sure there's nothing in there. In this case, the lap is that much, so I could cut right along this edge if I wanted to. There's nothing here. There's a brace here somewhere. Now, same with the fender well. You need to cut up about 1.5 inches or so. Around, cut up about 1.5 inches or 3 inches if you're not sure. I think I'll do that. I just want to point out, I cut through some of this inner fender well, but I can weld it up. You can see where we are. I'm going to go that way. But I cut through here, no big deal. You can see the bend in here. You see that? The fender well's bent in. We know this is bent in. I was thinking about how do I have to keep the fender from what do they call it, tin canning, and then so we'll just keep working this way. So this, like I said, this car is surprisingly in good shape. So then we come across here. We're in the trunk. So here's that inner trunk pan, which on. But this is thick gauge metal. I mean, compared to the Trans Am, this is like twice as thick. It's like an 1/8 of an inch thick. So here's another rot spot, I guess. But again, this car is in amazingly good shape. Peel this off, down underneath, peel this off, peel that off, peel that off. Again, we're near the tail light. You can see the lip. So this is that quarter panel. The lip, this is what I got to break loose. That goes up to there, but I'm not going to go that far. So I just need to clean this edge better. Here, spot weld cutters. You can take this off and reverse it. That's what I'm trying to do now. There's teeth here and teeth here. I'm old. I'm getting sore. Just gonna get this off and then it's all off. Okay, I got something done. Better than nothing. That's it. Yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna keep saying this over and over and over. But I put a bunch of screws here and nuts. I told myself, I mean, I said it, I gotta put this stuff in a bag. So now I get over here and I can't remember. So again, the importance of keeping track of this stuff is I'm just gonna say it, especially in these first videos. So this thing here, I mean, I guess it was these 3 screws. So I got those. And this was one of the side trim, but I had 2 of them. And there should be 3 of these, I think. I can't remember. What the heck are these? I can't remember. But then I go over looking at this pile over here, which I didn't throw away. And here's one of those. Here's one of these. Again, no. There's nothing else in that pile. See, I didn't do what I said, and now I got pieces missing forever. I mean, I can buy them, because at least I know what they look like, because I have a hole in it. But also I wanted to say, this sheet metal, I got this sheet metal gauge. Hard to do this stuff with one hand. Anyway, dang it. It's 16 gauge. That's thick metal. I mean, here it's got an undercoating. And look at the Bondo on there. Some undercoating. The Bondo is thicker than the metal. Look at that. Oh, and in case I didn't go over it, the way you get spot welds out is, first you gotta locate them, like I think I showed. Just grind down the paint, and like here you'll see, well, I think I started drilling those by mistake, but you'll see indentations. So drill a hole through. But in this case, this is where you can make a mistake. I want to save this piece. So you see these big holes here? I don't know where those came from. But if I welded this new panel, I don't want big old holes. So that other tool, I came from the back, which is this tool right here. Which you can get them at Harbor Freight. So you find the spot welds, and it was just easy for me to see on this side. Drill a hole through, and that was able to come the back side, which is the piece I don't need. So now I have something to weld. If I drill a big old hole right all the way through, well, for one thing, I'll have to re-weld those holes shut. But if you do it this way, you can just weld right into that hole, if that makes sense. So this is again, this is the back side of, let's say, that piece I just showed you. That's where I used this tool. See, once you get those holes drilled, you can stick this tip right into that hole. If not, this thing will slide all over the place. And then you try to just roll down through one layer of metal, not both. And then you gotta do a little bit of prying and so on. I just thought I'd throw that in. I think I pretty much beat a dead horse to death with So the last question thing is, what do you do with this metal that you take off? Do you throw it away? Do you save it? Well, I don't need it. But there is some good sheet metal if you wanted to do some patches if you only had one panel. But look at the Bondo on there. I don't know if you can see in here. Right here I'm tight. Here I can put my finger inside. Okay, while this car is in the air, I don't want to make a mistake of taking it out before I find all the bad spots. So, So I'm just going to hit it with a hammer, I mean a screwdriver. If it goes through like that, that's all right. That just needs a little patch. This, I'll try to pull it out, but I'm not sure I'm not going to replace that for that. Up here, fender well. Sorry. Anyway, you get the idea. Now again, the problem is I have a piece here, but first I got to make sure that's not rotted, or just make my own piece of metal. I think this is make your own metal, because trying to get these rivets out, I mean these spot welds, is a bitch. This is where you could use a brake, where you could just bend a piece of metal. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go around the car on the bottom. That's where we were just looking. And we can see here, this is rotted because it just ripped out. But this metal's better on this side for some reason. There's a dent there. So it looks like this piece dent, I'm not removing that. We know this is bad. We know this is dented. This piece, it's got a dent right here. I mean, I could probably work it in, but I got a piece right there. I'm going to think about that. It looks like fiberglass. You can see it's got some problems here. It's weird how some places rot and some places don't. But overall, I'm telling you, this car is in pretty damn good shape. Here's the plugs that are in the trunk. I think when they dip the cars, when they have these plugs are out, that's so all the water will run out. And they put them in. So I'm going to have to take this bumper off too. It's kind of the same setup. When my camera died before. These bolts are probably frozen. And then trying to get in here. Where are they? There's one back in here. So if I have to, I'll just cut them off. I don't want to screw around with it. But this is going to have to come off. This is dented. This bumper's dented. This looks good. So that's all I'm going to show on this for now. Again, I'm just doing this because if somebody wants to take on their own car, it's not that hard. Just don't be in a rush and mark everything, and I'll show you how I do it. It doesn't mean it's the right way, but at least I try. So, the driver's side. We already know what's wrong there. I found another spot here. You can see the Bondo and a hole, rot. There's a dent there. I don't know how those happen. Hit the curb, I don't know. There, this side's better. Nothing here. So the plan I had in the beginning has changed. And my leg's starting to hurt. I'm not gonna put that big panel in until I finish these little ones. And I'm not sure that I should, I mean, I was showing you, this stuff is 16 gauge. That's like a 64th. Do I cut a patch like this? If I do, I already have metal. But I don't have the shape. I mean, it makes sense to cut this piece out of there. I already have the shape. It fits. I mean, this car's gonna look really stupid when I'm done. Same here. I could fix that, or I could just cut a piece out of here. And here, what would you guys do here? I think if I cut this whole thing loose, let's say I cut the rod out from here to here and took a piece off of this car behind me, the fender might spring out. So I think to do is fix this in sections. Like, there's a dent. Let's see, there's a dent there. This metal looks good. So I got some thinking to do. Like I say, I'm not a body man. I've only done it one car in my life. But now you know what I know. I just don't think this car is that bad. They always rust here. The water gets trapped. They should have drains in here. In fact, if you rebuild a car, put a drain in here. And put a drain in here. Here's a drain. You can see this is kind of bent too. But again, this is not no show car. So that's it. I'm going to end it. I think. I always say I'm going to end it. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to sit down and just think about it. Yeah, I just wanted to show. Again, I'm just sharing this stuff. So if I would have bought a quarter panel Besides having to take out all the welds on top and bottom. I only needed the section, but if I would have bought that to get a section out of it, it's, let's call it at least 1,000 probably delivered. Let's see what they charge for front quarters. The front quarter is 800. Partial floor pan, 500. Bumpers I'll probably gonna have to buy later on. Inner rear quarter or inner wheel well, that's what I call it. I don't know what they call it. 500 bucks. Anyway, that's why I bought this car. Plus, there's all kinds of parts inside, and I couldn't pass it up. But boy, I sure hate to cut it up. I've been, I said I was going to think about it. I've been sitting over here on this bench, staring at the car. I'm still thinking about it. But it makes sense. I just, everything against me says don't cut the car up. That's the problem. But that's why I bought it. So, like right here, if I just cut a piece out of there, I'd have my patch. Cut this piece, I'd have my patch. That'd be this side. I mean, that's all I need on this side. And then the tail light lens part, got that there. Now I'm looking at that piece there, and it's got a dent in it. Now if it's not rotted, once I get it out the car, I can straighten it. But trying to straighten it on the car is a bitch. So now at this point in time, I am leaning to pull this car out. Now that I located all these spots, just cut out hunks of metal there, not here. See how good of a condition I can get them. See if I can, like that one, see if I can straighten it. And if I can, I got my piece. Same on the other side. Wherever it's bad. The issue I got, you saw how hard it is to get these welds out. I'm thinking, again, I'm not saying I'm going to do it. Just cut the top like I did. But the bottom, just cut out the wheel well with a Sawzall and get the whole piece out of there, and then work on the welds on a table where it's no problem. I'm thinking about that. But then here, I want that inner brace, I think. It's already got the shape I want, that bent brace. And maybe I cut a piece of that wheel well out of there. But to get at those, I got to get the quarter panel off. So this is the one area that I have to get the welds out. Now the other problem is that I'm old. I'm 68, 69 in about 5 months. I don't like laying on my back. It hurts. I'm not flexible. So that's why I think get this car out, locate all the bad spots, like I think I did. I can go over it again. Get this car out of here. Get this one in. Cut off pieces big. Get them on the table. Work them into shape. If they're not bad, let's say they're rotted. I could even fix rot on the table a lot easier than on the car. But then I'm going to bring that car back in, and it's going to have holes all over the place. That just bothers me. And I'm also thinking about this car. I don't know if I've already said it. It's like a storage container. I can put all kinds of parts in here. It's got a trunk. If the side's open, I can just close it up. I could park it outside. That window's not going up because I think I know the crank is off. But I found the crank inside. Anyway, this is the stuff I'm thinking about. And this is stuff you can think about when you do your car, if you do one. It's all doable. You just have to start. So we started. Oh, another thing about this white car. Not that I'm into selling stuff, but I mean, I just don't like to sell. I just don't like to do it. But we just saw that those front quarter panels, I think they said were $600 each. That's $600, $1,200. I got the rear glass. I got the door glass. I got the hood. I got the trunk lid. I mean, if somebody needed this that I knew close by, I'd sell it cheap. Well, it's going to be in my storage area, so even the engine bay, I could lay a piece of plywood in there or something and store all my bolts inside there. You know, just to open the hood and park this thing outside. Anyway, these are thoughts going through my head. And this is another reason I'm doing this, is I like to have something to think about, plan about, not just sit at home, watch TV with nothing to do. Well, you know, oh me, oh my. Now I got something that'll last me a while. And check out these hubcaps. Are these stock? I don't know. The other idea I had, and this might sound crazy, get rid of all the chrome and paint everything. So the car would be one color, and everything that was chrome would be another color. I know it's crazy, but it's an idea I had. Because once the car is painted, the chrome's going to look old, and I don't want to buy new chrome. So maybe I'll just buff it up. I don't know. I was thinking about it, like, you know, like the colors of a Harley, like they're black and red on their Harley, the Harley, what do you call it? The whatever you call it, their emblem. Just thinking about it, and I don't like this white top. It's too much of a family type car. Look. Well, the other thing I'm thinking about, if I did want to paint this car, I could as I cut this metal off, I could buff it out and take a piece down to a paint shop and just say match it. Because I don't know that the original paint color, well, if you paint the whole car, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this is an interesting color. Not that I like it or dislike it. And as I'm talking about this stuff, the dash. I think it's pretty cool I have an extra dash here. Well, for one thing, I can see how I can see where all the connections are to put it together. But I don't know that I want it, like I said, I don't know that I want all chrome. I mean, I don't want to buy all new stuff. Where does it end? That could be painted. And as for this, I mean, yeah, it's a cool old look, but I know, look, this thing here is plastic. This is like aluminum. I think this is a voltage regulator right here, by the way. Make sure you don't run. I'm not positive about that, so I'm not going to go any further. But I read something that if you put 12 volt to your gauges, you're going to blow them up. Well, this is cool. It comes apart in screws. But anyway, I was thinking about making my own instrument panel. Look at all that room in there, man. Oh, there are some more screws down here. See them down in there? I don't know what those are for yet. There's a rearview mirror. Again, I'm still in the exploring stage. I'm not really sure. I don't think these bumpers are any good. I just think it's freaking awesome to have this parts car. If you go back to my Trans Am video, that package tray back there, somebody had beat the hell out of it. I had to cut out pieces and replace them. This one is perfect. These cars are really in pretty damn good shape for being 60 years old. Is that what they are? 60 years old? Yeah, 60 years old. These quarter panels are in good shape. Well, this is nice. This bracket's on here. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's bent, but it's there. Anyway, I'm just rambling on. This is part of the fun of it. If I wasn't talking to YouTube, this is what I'd be thinking. Just be careful. Don't, like I said, I'm going to have to say it again. If you're going to do a car, any car, bag everything, take pictures of everything, and then take more pictures and more bags, and then really plan it out. Do you really want to make it look stock, which will cost a fortune? That's how these aftermarket companies make money. It's endless. You can do anything you want. Okay, I'm really going to end the video here, but I think I decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut out of this car. Cut out this piece just like this, all the way over to here, down to here, and to here. Here, I'm going to cut this piece out to there. This is the passenger side. Here, man, I hate to cut the front quarter, depending how good it looks. The other one. Same here. The reason I'm saying it, this is all smashed in. Oh, here's a spot too. So this I'd cut all the way over to here. Most of the stuff you could hide with Bondo and stuff, but I'm not gonna. Cut this piece out here. Cut this out here. And that's where I'd probably hide my weld right there. That's what I'm thinking. That's my plan today. But I think I'm going to sleep on this. But I'm not going to cut this car up until I get these pieces out. And then this car is going to look like shit. But oh well. That's my plan, and I'm maybe sticking to it. So I was going to end it 3 times, but this is what I'm thinking now. This quarter you can see is shot. So I can't use that. So that's out. I think up here is good, around the wheel well. Under the door is smashed in. I had one mark right there, right past the door handle. Actually, that might be okay. No, I don't think it is. And the front quarter, if I want, I could just put on these quarters if I wanted to. Because these quarters are both good. And I was just talking about cutting off this. But it's a little more complicated than that. You have to tie in here. So, but besides that, these are good. Well, the other one's under here, but let's see, where am I? There. That one's good. That's good. The real problem is right here. This I'm gonna have to fabricate. Let's just look over here. Again, I think I could probably pound that back into shape, especially since I have a template. But I could take that piece out there. We already know what's going to happen here. We already know I want that. I might want this. That spot right there, right behind the tire, about a foot. You can see a dent starts back about. Let's see, a foot and back. The dent is there. That dent is about here. And then most of the damage is right here. And this is all the same, so I could take a piece out of anywhere. That piece there under the door on the driver's side, which is like right under that wing window, like center of the wing window. That's totally smashed in. What I need is this car up in the air. Some of these videos I've seen, these guys build these blocks and they get them up about 2 feet. But I think if I just plan right, I won't need to do that. Unless I want some parts from underneath. Oh, and I also measured this. I was thinking maybe the quarter panel isn't the same. Since this is, I guess I'm going to call it a coupe. I mean, I don't know the difference between this design and that design. I'll call this fastback as a coupe. I really like this design. But I measured from here to here. It is the same. So we're getting closer to our real plan. But man, I hate to cut those quarters. Somebody could use them. So I probably won't do that. I'll probably leave those. I could fix that. But check this out. I think this is because the car's in the air. See that? Let's lower the car. So right there is about a 1/4 inch. This is why I shouldn't do any body work in the air. I've done it, but you shouldn't do it. But look at this side, it's good. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Let's just drop it, see what happens. Oh, I think I just smashed my oil box underneath. Okay, we got like a 1/16 here. It's all good until right here. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. This door is not lined up perfect. No, it's not bad. So a 1/16 right there at the line. Interesting. How did that get like that? I don't know, but you can fix this stuff. Go to my Trans Am video, I fixed that. Again, sorry to make this video so long. This is like an inspection, trying to figure out what to do with the sheet metal. And I think once I decide, I'll just do it and it won't take that long. And I should probably take this bumper off. And I'm probably just going to cut it off, because what I mean by cut it off is just cut these heads off. Cut that head off, cut that head off. Then there's probably some bolts underneath. I'm looking at that bumper. That one's still got his bolt on, huh? How did they do that? Yeah, I need to dig these parts out of here. Caught my pants. Yeah, I don't know how that bolt's on there. That bumper doesn't look that bad. There's another view of the dash. You know, this master cylinder is a dual master cylinder. I don't think that's factory. Dual master cylinder is so you can have a separate line for the rear and front, in case one of your lines break. You see this one? If that line breaks, all your brakes go out. If this one, with this one, only your front or rear, I think this is rear, I'm not sure. But you still have brakes on front or back. Yeah, I gotta dig through this stuff. Some paracord. Blower motor. Again, sorry to make it so long. It's just fascinating. It fascinates me. I was in construction, I think I said a million times, but we worked with wood. The one thing good about metal is that with wood, when you cut it too short, it's too sharp. Metal, you just keep welding on pieces. I think the windshield's the same. This windshield's good. And there's a hole, bullet hole right here. So I don't have that. The rear window's good. And this one's different anyway. I'm pretty damn sure. Yeah, it's got square corners at the top and the bottom. It's got round. Roof line's different. It comes to a diamond or a try. But I really like this style. This roof, man, it's in good condition. I don't understand it. It's like perfect. I think this car was stored in a barn for a long time. I mean, it got rotted, but then somebody put it in a barn. And then it looks like they painted this with a brush. So there's a rot there. Still, overall, it's in good shape. Trunk looks the same. Look at the hood now. Yeah, so I got a good hood, good quarter panels, good trunk, doors. Somebody could really use this stuff.